We're in Tofino. He would break an ankle on these rocks in a second. We're here on surf trip because Peter's so into surfing right now. You know, I thought Tofino was in Europe until like 2 days ago. Of course, brought my FPV drone because that's what I love right now.
He's obsessed with it.
You fly FPV, right?
I do not fly FPV at all.
You know, I've never done it once. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
not one time.
But I'm gonna tell you why you should get into this. Wait, but I need to find a sweater first. I didn't bring anything.
You didn't bring a sweater?
Tofino is west coast of Canada. Doesn't get very warm here.
Noted.
And even though Peter isn't into FPV drone filmmaking, I really think you should learn how to fly an FPV drone ASAP. The footage you can get on these things is nuts. Just check out the stuff I got last night. Not want to get into FPV. I'm going to tell you the reasons why you should, but first, it's fine.
He's flying his FPV right now and he doesn't know I took his camera and his whole video is themed around why everyone should learn FPV. I have no plans to learn FPV because I'm just gonna use Matti's footage in my vlog. So if you got a Matti, skip it. Don't even watch this video. If you've got he's doing a great job. Put this back down right. I found it now. You look like, when you're done flying FPV, you always take your goggles off, like a back catcher who's about to like try to catch a foul ball to throw it to first. I'll never not think of that.
Oh, and we have the brand new motion graphics pack, Scando. It's a complete graphics pack, everything from intros, titles, lower thirds, transitions, even side-by-side comparisons, and before and after that you could use, for example, to show off a color grade. They're fully customizable and perfect for YouTube channels. Save yourself a ton of time and make your channel look way more professional with a unified look and theme. I'm partnering up with Grant Fletcher, an incredible motion graphics artist, to make even more motion graphics packs for you guys, so stay tuned and enjoy Scando. Okay, number one reason why you should get into FPV drone filmmaking right now is because not that many people can do it right now. Peter, can you do FPV?
No.
Point proven. Honestly, like, you can be like one of the first right now because not that many people know how to do it. And I get in this situation all the time where I film some FPV for somebody and they're like, this is the craziest stuff I've ever seen.
Wow.
Peter's in the Matrix.
I feel awesome though.
This just happened this morning when we were, I'll just show you guys.
For contrast.
I've never seen one in person.
Oh, your jacket?
No, the other thing.
Oh.
I have. I really hope we see one.
When you put it on, dude, and the sun starts to set.
Now they're so confused.
Thing of beauty.
So confused.
Yep, not a problem.
So that's one way to start the morning. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. They've been spotted. Is that what you think we're gonna find them?
Oh, we're gonna find them. I have more confidence these days. Norway was slim to none, but now it's 100%.
Orcas! Orcas! Yeah?
Over there on the left, there's the spouts coming.
Can't believe we actually found them this time.
It's a big ocean to find them.
Starting to rain, but we're orca watching. Tyler had a bit of a moment of weakness, but
I puked.
it's okay. It happens to the best
Feels
of
good
us.
now, though.
Definitely on the wrong lens here.
There's 3 whales out there, I'll describe them. They're black and white with spouts coming out.
I was taking it along for the ride, but this was like, for me, bucket list. Tyler, how are you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. Rock on. Saw some orcas.
Orcas. So if the people want a good tour, how do they find you?
Northwest Ocean Adventures on Instagram.
There we go. He's good. Got us orcas. He gets you orcas every time. 100% guaranteed.
No.
Transient orcas every time. Money back guaranteed. Tyler, how's it feel to be on land again?
So good.
So close.
I was like, okay, if 100 is puke, I started at 1, fine. Went like way up, like elastic to 85, and went back to like 50. And then at the very end there, dude, I was just holding on. I was holding on with everything I had, man.
Brody, the guy that was doing the orca whale watching for us, he was just like, what just happened?
Oh, that guy was spooked.
Yeah, he was
Man, just like bomb dive, whatever. Just
yeah, whatever.
right between the 2 boats, and the guy was like,
He was literally like, we just did this exact same thing yesterday with a drone, but the FPV drone is unlike any other. So you could be a part of that right now. You could be one of the first.
his face when you went by. If you've never seen an FPV drone and it flies by, you for sure think it's a UFO.
I actually like flying with you around 10 times more because you're like giving me like play-by-play feedback. Like, whoa, that was crazy.
And like 2 people behind you. Whoa, that dive was sick. It's weightless. Did you just do a flip? Man, you're good at this.
Oh, I'm a huge hype man for FPV.
Hey guys, what's
up, man?
How's it going?
We honestly, we just saw drones flying. We didn't expect it. We were just saying.
It's us in the flesh.
I got like a normal FPV drone, but like it's kind of hard because you have to charge the batteries per volts and stuff.
Oh man, yeah, all of it.
What are the odds? You don't know yet. That doesn't happen. I'm blown away.
This is like the perfect segue. I'm literally doing a video on why you should get into FPV. And so did you guys just get into FPV or?
Yeah, I basically just got into FPV. I bought my drone.
Submerged
Yeah,
drone
today I flew my drone today over like a riverbank. And it just ran out of battery because it doesn't tell you when it's low.
Yeah.
It just tanked into the
was
water.
in there for a full five minutes. We're like knee deep in glacier water.
Go in,
I pull it out. All
and
you hear
it's-
is doo-doo-doo. You have the GoPro footage.
classic FPV right
Yeah, this is FPV, right?
I do have that one question about the drone because I've been thinking about doing this. Does it fly like a potato though, having the GoPro on?
We'll get to this in the video a little bit later. Thanks for the cameo in the video.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been better to illustrate my point here. FPV. Are you getting convinced?
No.
Not at all, not at all. Okay, we need more points. I think why I like FPV so much is just how crazy dynamic the movement is. Just like Peter flying in the background. There's nothing else that can get that same action. It's just, especially when you fly close to things, and that's the big thing. There's zero latency, so you have kind of like the ability to improv as you're flying. Whereas DJI drones, it's like if you're improving, you're probably crashing because it's delayed and then you made a mistake and you're hitting something. Whereas this, you can just like follow like any fast action, and yeah, really epic dynamic shots. That's FPV. Also, thank you Pacific Sands for hosting us here. It's right
literally right on, the beach is right there. Our place is right here.
Beach is right there.
It's incredible. How good is it, Tyler?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It's like a beautiful spot. Like, I think also the reason why I like FPV so much and why I think you should get into it is just because it's so freaking fun. Like, it's just really fun to get. Yo, can you? Is this the time to be doing these trails on that bike? That's not a trail bike, okay? Let me ask you a question. How much does the Leica make you want to just get out there and take photos? Right?
Oh.
Everybody talks about gear doesn't matter, blah blah blah, all that garbage. But man, when a piece of gear just like inspires you and makes you want to get out there and film stuff, I think that's worth something. That's why FPV, like, I just want to go on trips. I want to go out. I want to get the, you know, like the extra sunset shoot, whatever, just because I want those FPV drone clips. And so that is a good thing. If something inspires you or is really fun for you and just makes you want to get out, that's worth it. And I think FPV will be one of those things. It's literally like a hobby for me. But of course, it's never all sunshine. There's a lot of downsides to FPV also. And I feel like I should do you the favor of warning you about some of these. First off, it is incredibly hard. It is, there are FPV highs and lows, like you heard. You're gonna crash, there's gonna be mistakes made, and those mistakes are very costly. It is really hard to get into, and I think part of why it's so hard to get into is because it ends up being pretty expensive. Because if you make an error, that means you're crashing, which means it's busted, broken, it's exploded in a million pieces, and that's gonna cost you a lot of money. So it can be pretty expensive and cumbersome to get into, even if you build your own drones, which I don't really recommend actually. I think it's just, unless you're like you're already really good at that stuff, I feel like if you wanna use a phone, you don't build your own phone. Like, if you wanna do FPV drone, you don't need to make your own FPV drone. But it does help a little bit when you crash and you can fix them and all that. But even with that, it can still be really expensive. And then one of the biggest issues with FPV drone filmmaking is that it's just very limited in the types of shots that you can get. For example, you can't fly backwards unless you like mount the camera, and you have to do a bunch of weird stuff to make that happen. Or even just flying like parallel to a subject, it's really hard. You have to kind of like power through and then just kind of like glide sideways for a while if you don't want it like crazy tilted. So it is limited in the types of shots that you can get. Boys, is this the thing right now?
It's go time.
If you guys don't know, Short Sash, he's like incredible photographer. Another incredible. Everybody's so freaking good here. This is like the dream team of photographers. You guys are all so good. What's happening over here?
Just getting the fire going.
Braden the man. Dusty,
fire.
are you the outdoorsman trying to make the fire happen?
Claudio's the lead guy today.
I'm just a tech.
Dusty, have you gotten into FPV drones yet?
No FPV drones, but I've been really toying with that idea. I've kind of been wanting to do it since there's not that many people around where I am.
That's what I'm saying, right? You got, if like right now, if you learn FPV, you're like one of the first.
Hopefully I've inspired you to maybe get into FPV by now. And if you are getting into FPV, the big question is, which one should you buy? That's a really tricky question right now. I don't fully know how to answer that. I don't think there's like one perfect solution. The kind of DIY, making your own drone scenario is great in some ways. It's cheaper and it's good to learn how to build things, but it's also really annoying trying to build them. And then the image in the goggles isn't as crystal clear, even in the DJI HD versions. You don't have GPS. If you lose connection, it's gone. There's nothing, like you heard the stories. But then the DJI FPV is more expensive, and if you crash it even a little bit, it's like done, or you can't really fix them. But then you do have GPS and return to home and all these kind of safety features. That the image is way clearer, you get better battery life. So there's a lot of like positive and negatives. I think right now I would still recommend going with the DJI FPV. Maybe just like do a bunch of simulator and then just like fly fairly high and kind of get used to it, you know, like fly in the normal sport mode, go high, and then put in FPV mode and kind of figure out the lay of the land. And if it gets crazy, press the brake button, it goes back into like normal drone mode. I think that's probably what I would recommend for FPV right now. Okay, boys are playing some spike ball, and hopefully I'm gonna do some more FPV droning tonight. I hope you get into FPV, and I hope you
enjoy it as much as I do because it's incredible. So fun.